So I'm happy to see all of you joining. I'm excited to be here today and I'm totally nervous. So I hope to get through this without too many ums and too many, there I did it, too many mistakes. But I am super excited to talk to you today about one of my most favorite herbs that happens to have wonderful fertility health benefits. And it's called Motherwort. So I'm going to just jump in a few minutes, but give you a little bit more of my background and about myself. I have been with the company now a little over 3 years, almost 4 actually. I just was recently promoted to senior fertility herbalist. I probably have emailed with a lot of you, so it's really going to be fun to connect in this way and let you see my face, and that I'm not just a machine typing a reply to you, that this is me. Thank you, hi. So I do a lot of work for the company. I answer emails, I write. I'm now doing periscopes. I take some pictures for our social media sites. I also, moderate comments that you may send into articles on NFI, all sorts of different things. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. And again, today I'm going to talk to you about my favorite herb, Motherwort. And I chose it today because it's growing in my landscaping right outside. In fact, I wanted to do my periscope outside, but I decided the neighbors siding their houses a little bit too much for my first periscope. So let's jump in. I picked a piece of Motherwort to show you. It might be a little bit hard to see, but I think it's important to show you this beautiful herb. She is, I guess, a favorite of mine for many reasons, but because it's so pretty. It grows on these beautiful, long, square stems that are super hardy. They are thick and woody, tough, like we women often are inside. And they're these beautiful, tiny little purple orchid-like fuzzy flowers. To me, I just think of how strong we try to be and how much we try to hold it all together as women. But we like to present ourselves in a beautiful way. We're often very loving and kind and soft. And Motherwort shows us all of that in what would be her signature of nature. So that is the plant. Oh, that leaf is a little funny. If you are perhaps interested in growing an herb, this would probably be a really good place to start, a really good one to start with. I will get millions of seeds from my tiny little patch. It grows very prolifically here where I live, and I think in many places. And it's rather easy to make into medicine, but maybe we'll go into that at a different point. So anyway, why Motherwort is helpful for fertility. You know, as women, we are tough and strong, and we're very emotional beings, right? We frequently wear our emotions on our sleeve. I know there are times when I can't hide mine. If my husband were sitting next to me, he'd be shaking his head in complete agreement. And so I keep Motherwort on hand because it's a fabulous herb for not only physical issues in the body, but also emotional support. You know, we're working women, some of us. We try to manage families and households and pets. Children if you have them, or trying to figure out how to have children if you're struggling to do that. And that all comes with emotions along with the physical part of any fertility issue that you have. So Motherwort can be very useful. It does provide, or often can provide, immediate relief, very mild immediate relief. I find it effective pretty quickly when I take it if I need it. It can be used over time, long term, however. But what's great about Motherwort is, as an herb, it shares with you its medicine when you need it, and you can stop taking it and manage on your own and be fine, and then take it again the next month when you need it. So Motherwort is commonly used for strengthening the heart muscle. It's really important to have a healthy heart and very strong heart muscle so that it can pump blood to every other part of the body. That fresh oxygenated blood will help keep all of your organs vital and functioning at their best. And so that is one of its number one properties, the way it gives you medicine. So I think of Motherwort when I'm nervous and anxious. I took a little before this Periscope for heart palpitations, any anxiety around, or anything heart related around anxiety, heart palpitations, a racing heart. In fact, I have a little quote I'm going to read to you so I don't get it wrong. Famous botanist and herbalist Nicholas Culpeper has been quoted as saying, "There's no better herb to drive away melancholy vapors from the heart, to strengthen it and make the mind cheerful." If that doesn't just speak volumes for this plant, I don't know what else would. But anything stressful on the heart, Motherwort can be good for. Of course, then depression and stress. This can be around the menstrual cycle, associated with PMS, or life in general, really. There are symptoms of stress beyond rapid heart rate and anxiety and rapid breathing, like hot flashes and headaches and dizziness, difficulty sleeping. Motherwort may be effective for all of those if you experience them associated with PMS or any really life stress. So think that. In terms of fertility health more specifically, Motherwort has been found to be mildly stimulating to the uterus, so can be supportive if you don't have a menstrual cycle, if your period's absent. With painful periods, it has a relaxing effect on smooth muscle. And we often think things like uterine fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, fertility health issues like that are associated with not only pain but irregular menstrual cycles and a lot of stress. If you've experienced any of these fertility health issues, you are probably really familiar with the stress of them and what does all of the unknown, from cycle to cycle to cycle, but also day to day, really, how that pain can change and things like that. So certainly a lot of emotions associated with those fertility health issues and all of fertility. And there are also herbalists and practitioners out there who use Motherwort for women with hyperthyroidism. That's overactive thyroid, because one of the common symptoms of hyperthyroidism is heart palpitations. So those are a lot of things that Motherwort can be useful for. I was taught, one of the things that I remember most in my training about Motherwort is that it's incredibly useful for when you need a little bit of the mother. And what my mentor meant by that was, if you're having a troubled relationship with your own mother, if you're struggling to be a mother, if you are having emotional challenges around everyone around you who's becoming a mother and you can't, if you are a mother and you're having challenges with your children, or if you may experience a bit of depression or postpartum depression, obviously, please do get support for that. That's not something that you should go alone, but Motherwort may be an herb suggested to you by a therapist that you're working with. It has been used if you're working with an herbalist in pregnancy. Do work with an herbalist, but Motherwort has been used in pregnancy and for cases of postpartum depression. But I go to this plant when I'm worried about my grandma, when I'm struggling with some advice I got from my mom that I didn't really want from her, when, as a mother myself, I'm being challenged by my 4-year-old, which happens a lot these days. But Motherwort is a plant that I often think to and go to in those cases, and certainly use when I have PMS, which happens on occasion, right? So anyway, this herb is beautiful. It's one of my favorites. I love to sit with it. I wish I could show you these beautiful, tiny little fuzzy orchid flowers up close. It just presents itself as this very strong, solid plant, but yet has these beautiful little delicate parts to it, like I think we women have and are. So if you're interested in Motherwort, you certainly can find it as a single herbal extract, and it is available dried. It's rather bitter. It's not my favorite thing as a tea. I prefer it as an herbal extract. And it's also a very important part of 2 products we carry at the Natural Fertility Shop. One is Radiant Womb Massage Oil, which if you haven't tried is totally lovely. I like to use it just as a daily scent. I sniff it almost every day. and then our product RejuvaFlow, and also another one that we carry called Pregnancy Prep. So it is an herb we value and we use and is in our products, and I would encourage you to learn more about. We do have a lovely article on naturalfertilityinfo.com about Motherwort, and our team is available to help you answer any questions for you about this plant. Please do contact us if you have questions at thenaturalfertilityshop.com. There's several ways to contact us. We live chat every day. We can respond to emails, and you could also call in. You certainly can email me there. I don't have a lot of time for questions today, but I see one that I can answer. What climate does it grow in? I live in the upper Midwest, and I know it grows prolifically here, and I also know that it grows in the mountains. I have friends who live in the mountains, and it grows there as well. I don't have specifics about growing for zones and things like that, but it really is, it is prolific. It grows very easily. I can't tell you, I literally just shook a dried plant over some landscaping, an empty spot in my landscaping, and I have a giant patch of Motherwort this spring and summer. So I have a feeling that if you tried to grow it, it probably would grow, but keep it in a contained area or you'll have more than you would ever need. So anyway, I hope this Periscope was helpful. I am not through my nerves about my first Periscope, but I hope I did well and that you all learned something about this beautiful plant. I will be coming on weekly to talk to you more about fertility herbs. I'm going to start several weeks in a row by highlighting one specific herb each time I come. And so next week we're going to talk about yarrow. Many of you may know yarrow, but this is another beautiful plant that has fertility health benefits, and that if you ever get a bruise, you're going to want to know about. So join me next Thursday. Thank you for having me and being so welcoming and all of the lovely colored hearts. It's really fun to see. And please contact myself or our customer care team at thenaturalfertilityshop.com. We are here to help you as best as we can, and I certainly will tell you anything else you want to know about Motherwort, my favorite. Thank you, everyone. Bye.